Now, from Television 9, Washington's news station, this is Eyewitness News Weekend.
Good evening, I'm Jane Van Ryan. The missing child saga of young Michael Fitzgibbon came to a happy conclusion today, almost 6 weeks after the boy and his teenage babysitter disappeared. Paul Reese reports on the search for Michael and the tearful reunion with his parents. Both events span the continent.
Sharon Fitzgibbon and Robert Fry left Washington last night for Dallas to pick up the son they hadn't seen since early August. On the 5th of that month, a babysitter had taken not yet 2-year-old Michael Justin Fitzgibbon and simply disappeared. The babysitter, Tammy Lynn Giles, was a chronic runaway. She had left home 22 times in the last 18 months.
We know that she left from the Waldorf area and apparently went to the Breezewood area of Pennsylvania. And then from there, she apparently came back into Maryland at the truck stop in Jessup. And from there, we were able to trace her to Phoenix, and then we recently learned that she was in the Dallas area.
Sergeant David Bowling was assigned to the case from the start. He was as surprised as anyone when Tammy Giles turned herself in yesterday to authorities in Pittsburgh. Sharon and Robert were headed for Dallas because that apparently is where Michael had been abandoned. Tammy had told police in Pittsburgh where to find the child.
Michael! Michael! Michael!
According to Dallas police, Tammy Giles had worked as a prostitute there, leaving Michael with another woman. When Tammy went to Pittsburgh, where her boyfriend was being released from prison, the other woman gave the little boy to a couple. That's where he was found yesterday. Charles County authorities are taking steps to have Tammy Giles brought back to Maryland to face charges. This morning's flight back to Washington was a giddy contrast to the somber westward trip of last night. And at National Airport, a celebrity's welcome greeted an unimpressed Michael and his relieved parents.
It surpassed his being born. I thought that was one of the happiest things I ever went through. This was
Give me another one. Give me another one.
In the Maryland suburb of Fort Washington, it wasn't an old oak tree, but certainly that was a yellow ribbon tied around it in the front yard of the family home. And that family had a big welcome planned for Michael. Sharon Fitzgibbon also had a few proposed plans for the girl she says stole her son and then abandoned him.
I want to make sure that that young lady never does anything like this to anybody again, ever. They couldn't help her until she committed a crime. Now she's committed a crime, and I hope they follow up with the charges, and I hope they do something about it.
Authorities in Pittsburgh say it was Giles' boyfriend who convinced her to turn herself in. Paul Reese, Eyewitness News.
3 children died this morning when fire raged through their northeast Washington home. Fire officials say it began on the first floor of the row house at 1147 3rd Street and quickly spread to the second floor. 4 children were in the home when the fire started at roughly 11:40 a.m. According to reports, their mother was out making a phone call. When she returned, she was able to save only one of the children.
Then I see a bunch of smoke coming out of our house. So I ran to the house and told her to drop the baby. But she kept swinging the baby by his arm, so I said, Tina, drop the baby. So she finally dropped the baby, so I caught the baby.
I ran in the front door. We had some people out back running into the back door. But by the time I reached the steps, the fire was coming off. It was already coming down the steps.
There's 3 children in the house. One was thrown out the window. We got the one. But the other 3 were left. We couldn't get to them.
The children's mother and the 5-month-old boy were taken to a hospital. She was treated and released. The baby is in critical condition with smoke inhalation at Children's Hospital. When the father arrived, police led him away before he learned the fate of his children.
Oh, I'm on my kids.
I'm going to go to the hospital. Got a baby at the hospital.
I have 4 kids.
I know.
The dead children are identified as 4-year-old Marquita Bradford, 3-year-old Charles Bradford, and 2-year-old Mark Bradford. The cause of that fire is under investigation. South Africa's ambassador-designate to the United States says his government is ready to give the black majority voting rights, and the decision has been made to move toward dismantling apartheid policies. Herbert Burkus did not say when these changes would be made. And coming up next on Eyewitness News, Doug Hill says look for a slight warming trend, but the gorgeous weather sticks around.
You'll love it at Levitt's, yes you will.
I love the selection.
You'll love it at Levitt's, yes you will.
And I love the low prices.
That's right.
This contemporary sofa and matching love seat are only $547 for both pieces. Or choose this handsome two-piece sectional for only $547. The choice is yours at Levitt's big special sale.
You'll love it at Levitt's.
Made in the USA.
The quality, it sure matters to me.
Made in the USA.
Of course it matters to me.
It matters to me.
Now, everything from high fashion to home fashion. Everything that says American-made style and quality says it proudly.
Made in the USA.
You better believe it matters to me.
Look for the emblem of America's pride, because you know it matters.
Made in the USA.
Pizza crumbs on the floor in the kitchen? Quick, get them with a Quick Up. Cookie crumbs on the floor in the bedroom? Quick, get them with a Quick Up. Potato chips on the floor in the living room? You know what to use. The Eureka Quick Up vacuum cleaner. It's cordless, rechargeable, and mounts on the wall. There's no quicker way to get a mess. The Eureka Quick Up. It's cordless.
The new Eureka Quick Up is available at Best Products.
We've got the touch on CBS.
We didn't do it.
Framed for murder.
132 years.
Life in prison.
They made me clean the electric chair.
A daring escape. And the smash hit movie Stir Crazy becomes a hilarious new series on CBS. Now our heroes are on the run, chased by every cop on wheels, and using every trick in the book to stay free men.
I'm having a terrific time.
The premiere of Stir Crazy, Wednesday.
Beautiful weather today. I think refreshing would be a good word for it.
Yeah, that's a good word. You know, it's been, let's see, the hot weather ended last Tuesday, and then we had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the way through the weekend of perfect weather, and it's going to continue for a while. No major changes expected. The same area of high pressure that has given us this delightful early autumn weather is going to hang around with us right through the entire week, so it's going to be fairly mild, clear, and dry as well. This morning, another chilly morning around Washington. 50 degrees was our low temperature. Got down to 38 out of Dulles this morning. So very chilly nights continue. The official high temperature registered at National Airport this afternoon, 75. There's the low of 50. Our normals, 80 and 63. Right now, skies are crystal clear. It's 62 degrees at National Airport, 56% humidity, a light northeasterly breeze at 3 miles per hour, a steady barometer, and good air quality reported. You have to have good air quality when you have the visibilities like we had today of 25 to 35 miles. All right, what's ahead this week? We'll do our best here on Sunday night to get you up to date for the entire week ahead. Take a look at our coming attractions, temperatures. Here's what I'm forecasting all week. 77 tomorrow, 80 on Tuesday, a little warmer on Wednesday, then right around 81 for the entire week. So a little milder, but no radical change in temperatures. It's going to be a dry week, less than 1% chance of rain till about Wednesday. And then just as a matter of not liking to go out on a limb after 48 hours and say there's no chance of rain, but certainly less than 5% through the end of the week, a little bit less than 10% by Friday. Very dry week. No real changes. We'll see why. The satellite image continues to, or the radar summary shows showers and thunder showers wrapping around the big high pressure system. All this area here is under the influence of high pressure. So we get the showers off the coast, the showers through the Gulf, and heavy showers and thunderstorms coming up the backside of the high pressure system through New Mexico, through Colorado, western Kansas, all the way up to Nebraska. And again, no major changes in that pattern is expected either. Now, the satellite image shows the contour of cloudiness sweeping around, and if we look and put our features on, we'll see the high pop on the screen right over western New York and Pennsylvania. A couple frontal systems out to the west, but they're blocked from moving to the east, so most of the rain will stay there. There is a little trough and cloudiness in the Gulf, and there is a suspicious area of cloudiness where the question marks are off to the east. And we're going to look at that area closely right now because there is a tropical depression located just to the east of the Bahamas. In fact, the depression is beginning to show some signs of circulation. The latest information, it has highest winds of 30 miles per hour, moving northwest at 5 miles per hour at 600 miles southeast of Miami right now. We'll continue to monitor that for you. Tomorrow, no big changes in the forecast. Sunshine at 70s. High pressure will be sitting overhead. Then on Tuesday, no major changes. High pressure again, a bit milder, but we'll have to keep our eyes on the southeast coast as that depression nears Florida. My forecast overnight will be clear and cool again. Low temperatures from 42 outside the Beltway to 52 inside the Beltway. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and mild, 76 to 80 degrees. Light winds. Then on Tuesday, more of the same, sunny and highs of 80 to 83. Just delightful.
Little dry, though, isn't it?
Yep, the humidity level is like 25% on it today. Really dry air.
Okay, thank you, Doug. Did you watch the game today, by the way?
I was too busy at a picnic.
You were playing your own games out there, weren't you? Well, it was an interesting game. Certainly a good defensive game, but Lee, I think maybe we'd have to say a referee sort of gave the Redskins some help.
A little.
Just a little. Lee's going to have more, plus a report from Sonny Jurgensen on the Redskins when he takes over the second half of Eyewitness News.
Time is running out on the biggest savings event in Oldsmobile history. 7.7% financing can save you up to $2,600 on Oldsmobile's most popular cars. Every luxurious 98 Regency, every high-tech Cutlass Sierra, every best-selling Cutlass Supreme. And you can save hundreds, even thousands more with year-end price reductions. Now you can afford Oldsmobile quality. Now you can afford Oldsmobile style with 7.7% financing plus year-end price reductions. Hurry, time is running out. See your Washington area Oldsmobile dealer now.
Give me the works, darling. Give me the works, partner.
The Works is Juice Works, the juice that's got it all.
Give me the works.
Kids love Juice Works because we specially blended lots of delicious fruit juices to create the taste that kids love. Moms love Juice Works because it's 100% fruit juice, no sugar added.
I'm glad to give them the works.
Juice Works from Campbell, frozen and ready to drink.
Eastern's theory of flight and its effect on performance.
How do you make an airline fly better? You bring your employees on board. That gave us a real lift. You reduce drag. Everybody knows it's a drag to change planes in Chicago, so we fly through Kansas City. And no one likes paying high prices. So we engineered the Moonlight Special. Fare so low you can fly coast to coast for the weekend. Is our theory working? We're flying right off the charts. And when people ask, hey, Frank, how's the airline doing? I say in a word, zoom.
Business is business. Whether you're in Canton, Ohio or Canton, China, you want the express service that makes more on-time deliveries to more places around the world than anybody. You can rely on DHL. From Venice, California to Venice, Italy. DHL is the fastest growing service in the USA. From packages to documents. DHL Worldwide Express. Nobody delivers the whole wide world like DHL.
If you believe that any landing you walk away from is a good one, then the Redskins' 16-13 win over the Oilers was okay, because the Redskins walked away bumped and bruised, but winners. The Redskins' defense played an impressive game. Dave Butts set the tone on Houston's first possession. Butts mauls Warren Moon, forcing a punt. The offense took over, showing a spark they sorely missed in the opener. Theismann connects with Calvin Muhammad, 17 yards, and it's quickly 7-0. After another great defensive series, the Skins go for a little R&R. First, John Riggins goes left for 18 yards, but the Diesel pays, getting pounded by 5 Oilers. George Rogers' point after was blocked. It was 13-0, but Houston does not lay down and die. Late in the first half, after the teams traded field goals, the Oilers charge. Rod Cush blitzes, blindsiding Joe Theismann, who coughs up the ball. The Oilers recover on the Skins' 32, and with 9 seconds left in the half, Moon hits Drew Hill for a 2-yard touchdown. Washington leads 16-10. The Oilers held the Skins scoreless in the second half, but they also hurt themselves repeatedly. Joe Theismann's pass is picked off by Steve Brown, who takes it back. A tremendous return for a touchdown, but the score is negated by an illegal block. Later, Warren Moon hits Drew Hill for a 70-yard gain, all the way down to the Washington 10. But holding brought this one all the way back. Finally, the Redskins win 16-13. I knew a coach who used to say, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and the Skins admitted after the game they got lucky today. Here's the way Sonny saw it.
The Redskins were very fortunate to escape with their first victory here at RFK this afternoon, because again for the second week in a row, the Redskins offense has been out of sync.
We're not fine-tuned. You know, we're not fine-tuned on the safety blitzes. We're not fine-tuned on reading the coverage for the routes yet. It's just the little things that are nitpicking us, and then we're going to work them out.
I kept waiting in there on offense for us to get the big play, the big score, and for everyone to breathe a sigh of relief, but it never happened, and we still got the win. That's the main thing.
The positive point of this football game today had to be the play of the Redskins defense. Good hustle, good coverage in the secondary, and even though they suffered bad field position all day long, they played an outstanding game and got a few breaks in doing so.
Seemed like the ones that we didn't get last week kind of went our way this week. But, the one down in the end zone there, they say he was bobbling the ball, but I knew he had both feet in. You know, I wasn't going to argue with it.
I think Dave Butts really got it going. He really sparked us. We had it in our minds that, hey, we were going to come out and we were going to stop these guys, whether it be rushing or passing the ball. But I think Dave really set the tempo, and then we just went from there.
There was definitely an element of luck here, and the ball has to bounce your way a lot. And some of the calls, like the one in the end zone, the instant replay, supposedly doesn't lie, but you need those. And sometimes they work for you, and other times they don't. And then when they don't, that's when you got to make your own destiny.
The Redskins' special teams have been a big problem in the first two games for the Redskins. They have uncharacteristic. They're not hitting people, going at people aggressively, as we are used to seeing here with Redskins special teams play. Maybe because they're looking at a lot of different people. A lot of young people are blending in with the veterans on the special teams, and it's causing some problems. Wayne Sevier says he's going to have to make some adjustments because they can't continue to give up the big plays on special teams. Back to you, Lee.
Thanks, Sonny. The injury report, both John Riggins and George Rogers suffered slight back injuries. We're told to emphasize the word slight. Coming up, we'll take a look around the league, starting with a disaster for Dallas.
It's the end of another year in Buenos Aires. Something office workers celebrate in a way sure to warm the hearts of paper pushers everywhere. Even more unusual, the city doesn't have to lift a finger to clean things up. It's all done by a private company, part of the operations of an American company in the business of keeping cities clean the world over. It's a company 2 million people here couldn't be happier with. No wonder. All this mess will be gone in just over 6 hours. Waste management, helping the world dispose of its problems.
Honda value speaks for itself. Ask any Honda owner.
The feature about the Honda that impresses me the most is its reliability and dependability.
I like to feel that I'm safe in the car I'm driving, and having a Honda, I feel that way. I know it's reliable, and I feel I won't break down. I feel safe.
There's no doubt about it. I go out there, I know it's going to start. I know it's going to give me everything I need on the road, and it does.
Honda value at your Washington area Honda dealers.
Texaco's new formula Haviland Supreme challenges the world's most expensive motor oils. Synthetics like these and Haviland both exceed car makers' warranties, and both meet or exceed industry standards for wear, cleanliness, and rust protection. But only Haviland comes without the high price. And now save even more, up to $7 with Haviland's rebate offers. Look for this display at participating Texaco retailers and stores. Texaco's Haviland Supreme. High-quality protection without the high price.
Dallas apparently did not have enough time to come down off cloud 9 after beating the Redskins by 30 points on Monday night. In Detroit, the Lions pounced on the Cowboys, winning 26-21. Lead. Danny White, on the other hand, had a terrible day. White trips while handing off. The Lions are all over the loose ball, recovering at the Dallas touchdown. It was 26-0 before Gary Hogaboom replaced Danny White, rallied the Cowboys. White tossed a pair of touchdowns, ran this one in himself, but it was too little too late. Detroit wins by 5. St. Louis just might be the team to beat in the NFC East. The Cards clobbered Cincinnati. Neil Lomax passed for 250 yards, hitting Earl Farrell in the flat here. Watch the move Earl makes. Pretty nice. That starts him sailing in for a score. The Bengals answer with Ken Anderson, beaten club in the NFC East, because the Giants came up short in Green Bay, losing 23. They don't need it anyway, 23-20 Green Bay. After embarrassing opening day defeats, last season's Super Bowl participants rebounded with impressive victories. San Francisco found itself shut out in the first half, but still steamrolled Atlanta. Roger Craig put the 49ers on the board in the third quarter with that scoring spurt, but they still trailed. Then, 2 minutes later, Craig explodes up the middle. Jim Craig outruns everybody, 62 yards for the score. The Niners run away with 35 second-half points. In Miami, they booed Dan Marino on his birthday, but Miami wins 30-13. Colts quarterback Mike Pagel hits Pat Veach for the touchdown. Indianapolis down to Mark Clayton, 13-7 Dolphins. The Colts are still in the game until Tony Nathan slammed the door here, blast through the line, 22 yards to pay dirt, 30-13 Miami. And in Chicago, the Bears defense blasted the Patriots, 27 the final score. Jim coming into a solid pro quarterback. He passed for 232 yards, including this 44-yarder to speedster Willie Gault, which set up a score. The only mistake the Bears made all day came late in the fourth quarter. Watch now. Tony Eason hits former Washington Federal Craig James over the middle. Watch James go now. Makes it a foot race. 90 yards for the touchdown, the longest scoring pass in Patriots history, but it really didn't mean a thing. That covers the highlights. Coming up, the pennant races. But first, let's check the rest of the scores.
I'm Alcott. I'm Andrews. The woman who runs both her home and career just doesn't have time to run around shopping.
She needs one store that offers an abundance of elegant, versatile, beautifully made classic clothing in depth she won't find anywhere else.
At prices that don't insult her intelligence.
And where she's afforded the quality of service that's always been available to men.
Alcott and Andrews, Pennsylvania Avenue at 20th Street and Rockville Pike at Nicholson Lane.
What about the rumors? Senator last meeting said something about a romance. Is there any truth to the rumors of a romance?
No, listen.
Okay, could you tell us about your clothes?
Excuse me. Can I ask you a question? And plan too.
Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil. The technology behind it gives this driver engine protection he can depend on. And this driver. This driver. And this driver. Mobil synthetic oil technology. There's no finer engine protection on Earth or anywhere else.
There's a new truck on the road. It's called Comanche. It's built by Jeep. It's worth a look.
Now, at your capital area Jeep Renault dealers.
In the major leagues, there's no change at the top of the National League East. St. Louis still leads the New York Mets by half a game. The Cardinals beat the Cubs today 5-1. The catch of the day belongs to Chicago outfielder Gary Matthews. Watch as Matthews snags Vince Coleman's liner on a leap, and he's not even looking at the ball. Not bad. St. Louis still handily defeated Chicago, though. Cesar Cedeno swats this two-run shot over the fence and his 3-to-run Redbirds. Then in the 8th, Cedeno ropes a double to right field. Willie McGee trots home. Cedeno went 5 for 5 with 4 RBIs today. But the Mets kept pace with the win in Montreal. Gary Carter stinks his old teammates literally. The grounder goes off the pitcher's legs. Mookie Wilson scores to make it 1-0. Later, Danny Heap launches a 3-run homer to make it 4-0. And the Mets showed some impressive defense. Howard Johnson chases down Tim Wallach's pop fly. Now, this is a pretty surprising grab. He's got to go up and onto the stands to get it. Robbed the kid of a souvenir. The Mets got quite a scare when second baseman Wally Backman gets hit in the face on the bounce off his bat. Remarkably, Backman stayed in the game. The Mets win 6-2. Out west, the Dodgers lost 10-6 to the Reds, but L.A. still leads the division by 8.5. Over in the American League East, Toronto took 3 of 4 from the Yankees in New York this weekend. An 8-5 win today puts the Blue Jays 4.5 in front of the Yanks. The Blue Jays really closed this one out early. George Bell doubles to the wall in left. That drives in Lloyd Mosby to make it 2-0 in the third inning. Then Cliff Johnson singles in 2 more with a grounder to right. Suddenly, it's 4-zip. A little bit later, Jesse Barfield closed out the Toronto scoring in the 3rd with this double to the corner and left. Ken Griffey has trouble playing the carom. Rick Leach scores all the way from first. Watch this now. Bobby Meacham then throws the relay into the stands. Nice job, Bob. Barfield trots home to make it 8-0. Yanks lose 8-5. By the way, the Yankees picked up a pitcher in a trade today, Joe Niekro from Houston. You know, Joel's older brother Phil is already a Yank starter. The O's lost to Detroit also 4-1. Out west, Kansas City split a doubleheader, and the Royals lead the division after that doubleheader split with Oakland. They lead the division by 2.5 games.
One question. I understand that the Redskins are playing the Eagles next weekend.
Right.
Who's it going to be? Who's going to win?
Oh, the Eagles aren't very good. Redskins should kill them.
Okay, that's what you said about Dallas.
Yeah, I know, but I'm right every once in a while.
You figure that this time will be all right.
Oh, I do.
Okay, thank you, Lee. That's all the time we have now. Good night. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for bringing that up, James.
I need your help. My big sister, Mama Celeste, she make a great new crust for her pizza. But it was Giuseppe's idea. I say, Mama, you make a perfect sauce, a perfect toppings, make a perfect crust. She do it, but I think it, so my picture should be on the box too. You like happy, like, hey, I think of a great new crust. Or serious, like, yes, I think of a great new crust. Or bigger.
Celeste Pizza, the new crust makes it great from top to bottom.
Together, we can do it if we only work together. We can make our dreams come true. We can build for the future of America. America.
The United Auto Workers Union, proudly building America's future.
Let the one and only guide you home. Weekdays at 5.